Okay, so in this video, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the Open Hand Foundation. I've seen so many different posts about it, but I really want to get into what exactly happened. And I think this is a good video to see about that. So let's get started.
Foundation, an organization that we started in honor of my mom, and all that money goes to dementia research. We don't touch any of it. We just work with the people who do need the money, and we help them do their thing.
This is Gerard
Okay.
Khalil, well known online as the
Better put
Completionist.
on.
For more than a decade, his YouTube
Yeah.
series where he completes games 100% has been very successful, and he has built a very large and respected brand.
So weirdly, I mean, I've watched this kind of content. I've watched like gaming content for many, many years. I've never heard of him, but
Gerard
apparently
is very well
a lot of
liked
people
within the gaming
have.
community, and I myself have been a fan of his YouTube content for many years.
Right,
In
a lot of
2018,
people have.
Gerard helped create the Indieland Charity Marathon. This is where indie developers get to come together and showcase their games. It gave a spotlight to lesser-known
Sounds
developers,
nice.
and it also raised money for a good cause. All of the money raised by Indieland goes to the Open Hand Foundation, a non-profit organization that helps support dementia research. The Open Hand Foundation was founded by Gerard and his family in 2003, after Gerard's mother was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. However, it didn't officially become a non-profit until 2014, after she unfortunately passed away. Indieland has been quite successful
That
in raising
sucks.
money for charity. They generally raise over $100,000 per year, and according to their website have raised over $600,000. The marathons do well, and often
Okay.
attract very popular figures in the gaming realm, and even celebrities. From YouTube
Wow.
influencers to gaming developers and publishers, many parties actively get involved to help raise money. According to their website, the Open Hand Foundation supports the University of California, San Francisco, and in 2020, Gerard said that Open Hand was one of the UCSF's main support partners.
Currently working with the University of San Francisco, and we're kind of one of their main funding support partners going into all of this.
Beyond
Okay.
this, according to Gerard,
Wow.
Open Hand raises money for organizations all over the world.
My father, my brother, and I started a foundation
All over the
called
world.
Open Hand Foundation that raises money for dementia research and treatment for organizations all over the world.
However, the truth is that since its inception in 2014, the Open Hand Foundation has not contributed a single cent to any organization. For the
See, this is the problem. So it was started into that. Wait, okay. He said it was started in 2003, but didn't become an actual organization until 2014. I think. If I'm wrong, you could tell me. But throughout these streams and these events, he said that they have directly helped, that they work directly with these organizations. So
the
that's
past 10
the
years,
issue.
They have raised over $600,000, and it's all just sitting in their bank account. Despite Open Hand saying
That's
the money
so
goes to help fund
weird.
research, and despite the fact that everyone believes their money is going to a worthwhile cause, this is simply not the case. Because Open Hand is a non-profit,
Why do
their
y'all
tax
do
filings
this?
are publicly available. Since 2014, their yearly
Okay, I know we're early into the video, but it's like, guys, don't donate to someone to donate to another place. Donate directly to the place, or donate to a YouTuber or streamer who doesn't have a hand in the money at all. Like, it goes directly to the organization. That way you don't have to worry, because there are a lot of YouTubers that do this. I've seen it. They have a charity event and the money goes directly there. It doesn't go to them and then it needs to go to the organization. Because if it goes to them, I believe that they just claim the whole tax deduction and you don't get anything if you're trying to get your tax deduction, but you wouldn't if you just give it directly to the YouTuber or the streamer. You need to give it directly to the organization. In my opinion, if any YouTuber or streamer even suggests that you hand them the money first, I don't think that's a good person to be following, to be honest, because it just there's too many ways that they could mess with that.
filings have all shown these same
Or sorry, I keep pausing, but even just being able to claim that amount for themselves let's say they still donate it, and they just take it from the viewers, and then they directly donate it, and they prove it and everything. That's great and everything, but it still feels like a little dishonest, because they're going to be claiming that whole deduction, and I don't think that's right either.
Same behavior. For example, in 2022, they received $117,000 in contributions. They paid $11,000 in expenses, leaving them with $106,000 in excess revenue. This cash was then added to their existing stockpile of cash, which now totals $655,000. Every year since 2014, it's been the same. Money is received, some expenses are deducted, and the cash is just left in their account. Normally in these filings, a non-profit is supposed to state where their
Weird.
profit goes. Obviously, if a charity raises money, they are supposed to give it to an organization. However, this has never happened with the Open Hand Foundation. In 10 years of filings, they have not dispersed a single dollar to anyone. They have kept everything to
How is
themselves.
that allowed?
This is
How do you-
obviously alarming. Their website clearly states they support the UCSF. And they have a quote from David Kessler, the dean of the UCSF School of Medicine, thanking them for their gift. But the interesting thing about David Kessler is that he was fired as the dean of the UCSF School of Medicine in 2007, 7 years before Open Hand was even officially registered.
Before they were registered. Wait, I don't understand. Firing of UCSF dean, a climax to years of disputes over finances. Of course it's about
I
finances.
needed to find out what was happening, so I contacted Open Hand and asked them why they haven't made any contributions in the past 10 years. And this is the response I got, which was written by Jacques Khalil, Gerard's brother. They claimed that before their official registration as a foundation, they donated body parts for research. A strange claim that I don't believe can be
What?
true of a charity. That's likely referring to a private and personal matter within their family.
Donated body parts? Why is he writing that? Prior to our official registration as a foundation, we donated body parts for research and made financial contributions to an institution that, in our view, made insufficient progress in the fight against these debilitating conditions. What do you mean, progress? That's weird. Why would you talk
and
about
it had
that?
nothing to do with Open Hand. They claim they made financial contributions to an institution that made insufficient progress. Essentially, Open Hand is claiming that because they made donations before they were registered in 2014, which we cannot confirm because it wasn't public at the time, this means that it is acceptable to not pass along any of the money the public has given them until they find someone
What?
they deem worthy. The obvious question arises.
But why
if
do you
they've
keep
been
putting
looking for a
people's names in these streams that you're helping and you're working with? Why are you naming names of these organizations?
beneficiary since 2014.
My God.
Why has Gerard been claiming they support organizations across the world,
Exactly.
including the UCSF and the Alzheimer's Association?
We are raising money for dementia research in honor of my late mom, trying to help folks who've been impacted by dementia, working with organizations like USF, FTD Association of America, Alzheimer's Association of America, and so many
He's
more.
got this down.
Why is he claiming the money is actually given to people who know how to use it?
Right.
All that money goes to dementia research. We don't touch any of it. We just work with the people who do need the money.
We don't
and we help
touch any
them
of it.
do their-
That's exactly what you do. That's what I was saying before. You touch it. I'm not great at putting my words together sometimes, but I think you know what I mean. Like, okay, if you don't touch it, it means it goes directly to them. It doesn't go through you as a middleman.
their thing.
He's
Why is he
lying.
claiming they are helping the victims and even the families of people with dementia?
Guys, welcome to Indieland. For those of you who don't know what we're doing, we're raising money for dementia research and prevention, helping
gosh, he
victims
does
who not
a
only
lot
have
of
dementia,
these.
but the families of those around them.
Why is Open Hand still claiming it supports the UCSF on its website? Open Hand assured me they
Yeah.
have done nothing illegal, because if they had, they would have been caught by the IRS.
Wait a minute. Why even talk about illegal things?
However, I never mentioned
What are you
legality
scared
in
of?
my original email. I'm not sure why they brought up the IRS,
Mm.
but this assumes the IRS is some kind of omnipresent being that immediately detects fraud the moment it happens and intervenes. This notion
Oh,
is
it
simply
takes them a
untrue.
while.
Many crimes, especially fraud, go undetected, and unless you do something especially egregious on your filings, nothing will be flagged to the IRS. In saying that, however, these filings don't seem to be done properly, and they aren't even signed, which is definitely a legal requirement. But now that they brought it up, if the filings do show an accurate account of what happened, I do think this is illegal and would be considered charity fraud. Generally, taking money by dishonest means is considered fraud. You just can't tell people to give you money under a false pretense. And you can't wait 10 years until you're caught before doing something with it either. In this case, OpenHand lied for many years saying that it was funding organizations it wasn't, and it was using those lies in order to get money from the public. OpenHand finishes by saying they continue to search for a partnership that meets their standards, and if I have any recommendations, they will consider it. I don't know why they are asking me for my input. OpenHand has already been lying for 10.
Could you recommend any organizations or research entities that share our vision and could be potential collaborators in advancing our mission? Why do you need to ask a random person about this? What? Shouldn't you know all about this since you're just out here advocating for all this
10
research?
years, saying that it's been going to the UCSF, the Alzheimer's Association, and other organizations across the world. Why not send it there? OpenHand has had 10 years to find somewhere to send the money to, and I'm sure there are plenty of acceptable organizations that would gladly welcome its contribution. Truthfully, I just don't buy their explanation. If they really were looking for someone to give it to, they would have been honest about that to the public. They wouldn't have lied and said they were giving it to someone they weren't. Why are they still doing fundraisers when they admit here, if you choose to believe them, they have no idea where that money will go? Why do they not ask the public where to send the money? It is their money, after all. People have been donating their hard-earned money for 10 years. They all believe their money is going to a good cause. People have been championing Indieland for years, declaring they are fighting dementia. Gaming developers, YouTube influencers, celebrities have all donated their time, money, and effort to this event, thinking it was doing something when it just wasn't. Sponsors.
Guys, you have to be more responsible with your money these days, especially because they're just like on YouTube and on Twitch and stuff. It's not like they're just these ultra trustworthy people. You don't know. If you want to donate money, just donate directly to the cause.
And equipment into a charity that did nothing with the money. I responded to OpenHand hoping to get clarification on a few details, and asking if they thought it was appropriate to continue to ask for money when they aren't contributing any of it. They reiterated they believe their behavior was legal and ethical. Apparently me taking issue with the fact they've lied for years and kept all of the money they have ever received is both unwarranted and unfounded. Clearly from these statements, OpenHand feels as though this is acceptable behavior from a charity. They closed by saying they do not intend to issue further public comments on these matters, confirming that from OpenHand's perspective, this isn't an issue worthy of their time or comment. The last thing I needed to do was to talk to Gerard and get his side of the story. And with the help of Muta from some ordinary gamers, we set up a call.
I'm talking about Gerard. You know, because he's just so advocating all the time.
According to Gerard, he didn't find out the funds had not been forwarded to any organizations until 2022, and claims that since that time, he has been actively trying to find somewhere to send the money.
You weren't notified that the money was sitting there?
I call BS. Let's say he just truly wasn't aware. Well, that's still his responsibility. His name's on there. He's an adult. He's not 12.
The whole time?
I knew it was sitting
He's
there
the face of this.
at a certain point, and that's what made me proactively go about it. Like
at a certain point, he knew it was there. At a certain point?
Made me proactively go about it. Like I was made aware in 2021 when the money hadn't moved yet, and that's what made me go, that's not fucking cool. And that's when I got personally involved to move it. And
did anyone
2021 last year, 2022.
Yeah, did anyone tell you that the money was going somewhere before then? Were you being misled?
No. No one told me anything.
Yeah, because you're in it with your family. You can't exactly keep going and say, no, it was all their fault. Ooh.
I assumed that it was all going to a charity, and I assumed incorrectly.
Whether or not
you shouldn't be assuming if your name is on there. I'm not giving any leniency. I mean, the IRS isn't going to give leniency. Why would they? I mean, his name's on there. He's responsible.
This will be up to you. However, I will note that even if he is telling the truth, despite learning this in 2022, his behavior did not change. In 2023, he continued to make claims that OpenHand was supporting the UCSF,
was this in 2023?
the Alzheimer's Association, AFTD, and many more, a year after learning that it wasn't.
Trying to help folks who've been impacted by dementia, working with organizations like USF, FTD Association of America, Alzheimer's Association of
So
America,
he's
and so
still
many more.
doing this.
These statements were from just several weeks ago. Gerard has also been a director of OpenHand since 2014, so it would take a lot to convince me he didn't know what was happening with the money he was raising. Ask yourself this question. If you raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity, do you think you would be interested in where that money was going? Would you at least check to see if the money
100%.
was being sent? No matter the answer, you would still be completely responsible for what happened with that money. The most important question at this time is whether or not the money is still there. And Gerard assures us they still have the full amount of money and are looking to donate it as soon as possible. At this stage, we have no reason to
How hard is it? I don't understand. How hard is it?
believe this isn't the case.
I'm getting
However,
so annoyed.
Due to OpenHand's past dishonesty, I think we do need concrete proof of this donation when it happens. Unfortunately, given that the money hadn't been contributed for so many years, and any contribution done now is in the wake of this being uncovered, it's hard
Yep.
to know if this is simply a response to being caught, or if they truly were planning on donating the money at some point. Hopefully we get confirmation soon that all of the money OpenHand has ever received is sent to the organizations it was supposed to. That being said, even if all of the money is still there,
Wow.
the actions of OpenHand were unethical and almost certainly illegal. And as unfortunate as this situation is, it does need to be called out, and there do need to be repercussions. It shouldn't need to be stated that lying about making charitable contributions in order to get money is not a good thing, no matter what the
For
context.
sure.
I also think there needs to be a full audit of OpenHand by an independent third party. Some Ordinary Gamers is also doing a more thorough breakdown of the situation, so if you want to learn more about how to look
Okay.
up the public filings of nonprofits and what to look for, and to learn more about their legal obligations, I will put a link to that in the description. I will also put a link to the tax filings of OpenHand along with their full statements. Please don't
Wow.
let this dissuade you from donating to a good cause in the future. There are plenty of legitimate online fundraisers that support long-established reputable charities, like Games
Yes.
Done Quick or Desert Bus for Hope. In any case, I do encourage more of you to learn to do your own research into charities, just to ensure you know where your money is going. Or alternatively, if you do want to donate, do it directly to the organizations you wish to support.
Exactly. Because like,
all the money goes to
yeah, like they might be doing a good thing, but you never know. In 10 years, we might find out that another organization that we've been donating to has the same problem or has been just taking all the money. And it's like, just donate directly to the organization, please. You know, insane. I know that there's another video on this, so we'll watch that next. I can't believe how heated I got in this one. But yeah, it's just so scummy. And it's weird. Why keep the money in the account? Like maybe they were just planning on taking it eventually, or maybe they're making interest off of it. Because, you know, that's a lot of money. You can make some good interest on that. I really don't know. That letter that the brother sent was very weird. Yeah. I'll leave the link to this video in the description if you want to check it out. Definitely subscribe to this channel. Yeah, we'll watch the next one in just a bit, and I'll see y'all there.